What if one day you woke up and suddenly you can remember every face you've ever seen? Not just your mom, not just your third grade bus driver, but the guy who coughed next to you at a gas station in 2011, and the fact he was buying strawberry milk and beef jerky. You even remember the sound of his cough, his license plate, the smell of the gas. Would it be a blessing or a curse? At first it sounds like a superpower. No more forgetting birthdays, no more what was their name again at parties. You're basically a walking, talking external hard drive with infinite storage. But then it starts getting weird. You remember every insult you've ever heard, every cringy thing you've ever done, every embarrassing typo, that girl that didn't text you back in 2009. You're not superhuman, you're overloaded. Believe it or not, this isn't a hypothetical. There are people who live like this. People with something called highly superior autobiographical memory, or HSAM. And what you're about to find out is that remembering everything doesn't just change how you think, it rewires how you live, how you feel, and how your brain treats time itself. Welcome to your memory. Just don't expect to leave. So let's say this happens to you. You wake up one day and your brain is no longer a lazy librarian. It's an obsessive hoarder. You remember the exact temperature on the day you turned 7, the shoes you wore on October 14th, 2013, the sound the cereal made in the bowl that morning. You remember the lyrics to a shampoo jingle you heard once in 2005, and now it lives in your head, rent-free forever. This isn't photographic memory, by the way. That's visual. This is autobiographical memory. That means every moment of your life, every sight, sound, smell, and awkward first date is filed, indexed, and ready for instant playback. You're like a human computer, except you can't delete the files. At first, you're probably thriving. You ace every test. You never forget where you're parked. Your friends treat you like a party trick. Hey, what day was it when we got stuck in that elevator in 2017? Friday, February 3rd, we were on our way to that Chinese place that gave you food poisoning. Your sweater was inside out. Cool, right? Until it's not. Because guess what else you remember? The bad days, the heartbreak, the bullying, the funeral, the guilt, the fear, the way your stomach dropped during that phone call. And unlike the rest of us who eventually blur the pain into something bearable, you relive it like it's happening all over again in full HD. See, memory isn't just about recall. It's about forgetting. Forgetting is how your brain takes out the trash. But now, the trash just piles up, and it stinks. People like Jill Price, the first documented case of HSAM, can remember what happened on every single day of her life since she was 14. Give her a date and she'll tell you what she was wearing, what the headlines were, and what she had for lunch. Sounds impressive, but she calls it a burden. She says she's stuck in the past, that every painful memory is alive, just as sharp, just as raw as the moment it happened. There's Bob Petrella, a producer who remembers not just what happened, but the exact dialogue from conversations decades ago. And Marilu Henner, an actress who can mentally scroll through her life like a flipbook. These people aren't geniuses. Their memories don't help them do calculus or win chess championships. They're just relentlessly autobiographical. They can remember their lives like movies, with no fast forward, no pause, and no rewind. Just constant playback. You see, the brain is basically 3 pounds of electric meat powered by fear, caffeine, and memes, but it's also a pattern recognition machine. Inside your brain is the temporal lobe, which handles memory, and tucked in there is the amygdala, aka the emotional bouncer. It decides which memories are important enough to save. Now, in HSAM brains, researchers have found 2 major things. 1, their caudate nucleus is 14% bigger. This part's linked to habit and obsessive behavior. 2, their temporal lobe is thicker than average, like memory jacked. Basically, their brains are physically built to store, retrieve, and emotionally glue memories to time. But here's the twist. These people don't just try to remember, they just do. It's involuntary, automatic, kind of like how you remember every word to Bohemian Rhapsody even though you never meant to. Except now, imagine that for every moment of your life. Okay, now imagine your brain is a room. Most of us have shelves, drawers, maybe a junk closet. People with perfect memory, their brains are Costco. Every memory in bulk, and nothing ever gets tossed. At first, that might seem like an ultimate upgrade, but the emotional weight, it's heavy. People with HSAM report higher anxiety, obsessive thinking, trouble letting go. Imagine trying to move on from a breakup when your brain keeps replaying the exact tone of their voice when they left, and not just once, over and over. Every time you drive past the place you had your first date, every time you smell their perfume, every time your brain decides, hey, let's revisit that heartbreak one more time just for fun. This isn't nostalgia, it's emotional time travel with no off switch. But what if everyone could remember everything? School, you'd never forget a single fact, but that also means you'd never forget the stress before every test either. Your job, more efficient, until your boss micromanages you once in 2023 and now you flinch every time they breathe near you. Relationships, no more forgotten anniversaries, but also no more forgetting that weird comment your partner made during an argument 2 years ago. Society would get weird. Imagine courtroom trials where every witness has perfect recall. No more lying, but also no more mercy. Politics, yikes. Every gaffe, every contradiction, every shady email from 1998 lives forever. Basically, we'd be flawless and completely insufferable. We'd all be trapped in an eternal now, constantly comparing the present to the past. Growth would be harder. Forgiveness, nearly impossible. Basically, remembering everything means you never get to heal. And believe it or not, your brain can already remember nearly everything for a few hours, days maybe. That's your short-term memory doing its thing. But then your brain holds a secret vote every night while you sleep. It decides what to keep and what to delete. And if it votes no, gone. You'll forget the cashier's name, the license plate, the number of stairs you walked, not because your brain is lazy, but because your brain is wise. It's protecting you from the flood. Forgetting isn't failure, it's survival. You know how sometimes you remember things wrong, like that dress was definitely blue and black, or that time you swear your friend said something they didn't? That's called memory reconstruction. Your brain doesn't store memories like files, it stores pieces. And every time you recall them, it reassembles the moment like IKEA furniture. Occasionally forgetting the screws, and that's a feature, not a bug. Because sometimes the truth isn't what helps you grow, it's what you choose to remember. It's what you reinterpret, what you let go. If remembering everything isn't a gift, then maybe forgetting is. Maybe the real superpower is knowing what to remember, who to hold on to, what to let fade, what to forgive, even if it includes yourself. Our memories shape us, but they don't have to trap us. You're not a hard drive, you're a human. You're meant to forget some things. That's how you make space for better ones. So yeah, what if you could remember everything? The real question is, would you even want to?